I'm Stephanie Shaw and I'm here with my son Caleb. Welcome to Homeplate Thanksgiving. Over the next 2 weeks, we'll share some of our favorite holiday recipes. We'll also be in the Homeplate kitchen with Mitch, Helga, and some of our favorite friends. Let's get started. I'm going to start with a green bean recipe that's a great holiday recipe, but it's something that you can also do during the weeknights too. The beans have already been washed and I'm just going to lay them out here. Caleb's going to watch right now and he's going to help me out a little bit later. And we're just going to take the ends off the beans. You can leave them pretty whole if you'd like. And then slide them down here. And then you can just toss them into the pan. What's going to be added also are some cherry tomatoes. We're going to add a little bit of garlic to the recipe, balsamic vinegar, and what else goes in it, Caleb? Can you remember what else we put in this?
No, I cannot.
You can't remember? We do a little bit of sea salt too. It's a really great recipe. The best part is it's something you can do on a weekend. You want to make sure that you rinse off your tomatoes. Then you can just add them to the recipe. We're gonna go ahead and finish off the recipe. I'm gonna just add a little bit of olive oil. The one thing I like about cooking versus baking, you can just make adjustments as you go along. Then I'm going to also add 1 teaspoon of sea salt. We normally don't use regular salt here. I like sea salt better. Gives a sharper flavor to the food. And then Caleb, I'm gonna have you go ahead and add the garlic. Can you add 2 tablespoons of garlic to that? Put that right in there, just put it in there. Don't have to be exact. Put 1 more in there. And then I'm gonna have you give me the balsamic vinegar, which is the tallest bottle over there. We'll add a little bit of balsamic vinegar to it. Do you wanna add that too?
Okay.
Okay, be careful. Kind of pour it in there. So that's probably about 2/3 cup maybe of balsamic vinegar. Again, this is one of those recipes you can do to taste. And again, look at the colors here. It's bright green, the cherry tomatoes are awesome. And then we're going to just slide it right here into our bowl. Just put it in the oven at about 400 degrees and it crisps right up. It's really, really a great recipe. Sometimes people celebrate Thanksgiving and they don't have a large crowd. There's 2 or 3 at the house. You could always choose to make a chicken, and that's what we're going to do tonight. The chicken has already been prepared. It's cleaned up and we are going to add some of our seasonings. In this dry rub, we have Lowry seasoning salt, some garlic powder, onion powder, and there's also paprika. And this ingredient I get from a local place, and it has some larger pieces of garlic and sea salt and some oregano and thyme in it. So I put everything in there, and you don't have to just use these items, anything you have in your cabinet. What I do also is I take some olive oil and I mix the olive oil in with the dry rub. It gets a little bit messy, but in the end you will find out that it's well worth it. So Caleb, I'm sure you don't want to do this part, but I will.
Okay.
I just mix it up. Everything has to be done by hand. I know it's not the most glamorous job, but it's the best way to get it. One thing you need to do is remember again that your chicken needs a lot of love, so you need to go under the skin and make sure that you're rubbing the breast with all of the ingredients. Aren't you happy that I cook most of the time, Caleb?
Yes.
You don't think this would be too fun, huh?
No.
You know, the chicken has a top and a bottom. You want to make sure that you do that. Make sure you get under the arms. Put a little bit of deodorant on the chicken. Get those wings really good. And then you're going to do top of the breast also. So anywhere you see skin, anywhere there's meat, you want to dig into the cavities a little bit. Make sure that you cover it as good as possible. Okay. After that, you want to make sure that you get your hands washed off very, very well. I'm going to do that real quick. Because what I'm going to do now, after I wash my hands, is add some paprika to it. Because I like for my chicken to have a nice color to it, and paprika gives it that color. Plus it adds a little bit of extra spice On top of the paprika, I also spray a little Pam, and that gives it like a glistening color to it. So let's go ahead and put on our paprika. And then we're going to spray a little bit of Pam on top. After that, I usually dab a little bit more paprika on. It's not really, it doesn't make it hot or spicy. Again, it just gives it some great color. And then I rub it in. So again, my chicken and I established a very good relationship by the end of the night. What I do at that point is I put the chicken inside a piece of stoneware. Not always the most glamorous. Any of you who cook with stoneware know that the worse it looks, the better the food tastes, because all the juices and stuff build within the stoneware. Plus you can let the chicken get really, really hot. So I'm gonna take my chicken, excuse me, Caleb, place it in the stoneware. We are going to put it in the oven at 350 degrees for about 1.5 hours. I'm going to build an aluminum foil tent over here, and we'll be eating chicken very soon. Caleb and I have a great sweet potato casserole recipe for you. I got the recipe from a lady at church, and I'd like to share it with you. What I did was take the sweet potatoes, I baked them at 400 degrees for about 1 hour until they were cooked inside. And that eliminates you having to peel the potato and boil them. Plus it makes it a little sweeter. So Caleb and I are gonna just go ahead and scoop everything out of the potato. Caleb, you wanna grab your spoon, and here's a potato for you. And let's show everyone how easy it is to peel. You can just peel it off. There's some parts that you will end up having to scoop out. It's pretty painless when you do it this way. Make sure you get all the sides off. You've done this a lot, haven't you, Caleb?
Yes.
Yeah. Just about every Thanksgiving since you were tall enough, huh? Okay, we'll take that and you can just dump it in there. Make sure you get everything off, all the parts, the ends and so forth. And I'll start on this one. We're gonna add 1/3 cup milk, and you'll see that in just a moment. Caleb, can you give me 1/3 cup of milk? We'll add 1 full cup of sugar to the recipe. And then you add a full stick of butter, which is 1/2 cup. Just a little, yeah, that's good. That's good. Put that in there. Okay, I'll add the butter. As this mixes, I'm going to add the 1 cup of sugar we talked about. We've already put our milk in here. The recipe calls for 1 teaspoon of vanilla, but I normally put about 3/4 teaspoon of vanilla because I add my secret ingredient, which is almond extract. I love to put almond extract in different recipes. And I put about 1/2 teaspoon of almond extract in there. It mixes up very smoothly. The last thing that we're going to add are the 2 eggs. Just put those in there, let it all mix up together. Does it smell good, Caleb?
Yes.
We need smell-o-vision, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, that's all mixed up there. Take this off, and we will put it in our casserole dish. I've already put Pam in the dish, so we'll just go ahead and add that in. We already had one in the oven, and now we are going to do the last step in the process. It's been baking for 1 hour, and we're going to load it up with marshmallows. Caleb, can you do that for me? Just put as many marshmallows as you want on there. You ready to eat, Caleb?
Mm-hmm.
Almost ready. Looks yummy. Caleb, you want to give it a try?
Yes.
I think I'm going to try a little piece too. It's good?
Mm-hmm.
It's really good, huh? I'll get an A+.
Yes.
Thanks, Kay.
For an authentic diner experience, look no further than the Steel Trolley Diner in downtown Lisbon, Ohio. Award-winning hamburgers with all of your favorite toppings, fresh-cut fries and onion rings, delicious milkshakes, and some of the best homemade pies you'll find anywhere. Stop by the marketplace and pick up Steel Trolley's original topping sauces, t-shirts, and classic candies. For hometown service and great food, visit the Steel Trolley Diner in Lisbon, Ohio today. Follow us on Facebook or at steeltrolleydiner.com.
Visit Jimmy's Italian Specialties on Belmont Avenue in Liberty, and you will find the area's most complete selection of Italian foods and spices. The best old-world homemade bread baked daily, a complete deli with fresh meats, cheeses, and daily lunch specials. Delicious homemade cakes, cookies, and desserts. A huge selection of imported olives, wines, and so much more. Have a gift basket or cookie tray made up for your special occasion. Stop by Jimmy's today.
The 44th Annual Otmar Grotto Circus is back, November 23rd through the 27th. The Circus with a Purpose rolls into North Lima. Tickets on sale. Call now.
Hi, this is Helga.
And I'm Mitch. Welcome to Homeplate Homestyle.
And here we are now in our beautiful kitchen.
Doesn't it look great for Thanksgiving?
Know,
we have some marvelous guests coming to visit us today.
Yes, it's going to be
we're
nice.
looking forward to it.
We're doing all
Takes
kinds
the workload off us.
Doing all kinds of goodies today, aren't we?
Yeah, you've got a couple dishes.
Yeah, wait till you see my apple.
I understand. I'm going to have to chop and dice a few things for
Yes, but what about today? What are we doing?
We have a turkey that we boned actually previously, and we're going to show you how to roll it.
Okay, now, Mitch, what are we going to do now?
Well, we have to throw some oil in the pan here.
Okay.
And what we're going to do is roll a couple items in the inside. There's cheese and a prosciutto. And we have these sage leaves. We're going to let this get...
Is this hot?
We're going to let that get where we can see the bubbles.
Okay.
Where we can get a little sizzle out of it.
And what's that sage going to... Where does it go?
It's got great flavor when you give it a little roast. Like I'll poach eggs at home sometimes, and just this really makes the dish.
Okay.
So we're going to let that get warm enough, and what we'll do, if you can help me here, we're going to pick a few of these off. Well, we're only going to stuff the inside of this, but we can use the extras for something else later.
Okay.
It makes for a good garnish also. But it's real simple, and this is the kind of bush you could grow in your own yard pretty well. So it's, you know,
well, you don't know me. I'm not a good gardener.
I can help you there. I'm actually thinking about moving to Glenwood area pretty soon.
Do you?
Yeah.
Oh, maybe you're going to be my neighbor.
I could be.
Wouldn't that be nice?
I'm going to put in a community garden somewhere.
Oh yeah, they have them all over Glenwood.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh look, this is sizzling.
Okay, let's go. These go really fast.
Okay. Ooh.
So you just toss them in there, and then we're going to have to get them out. Do we have something to get them out with?
Lurches. Yes. Well, okay, now we're going to go and work on this one.
Yep. Let's flip this over. We're going to take, this is the tenderloin, right? So we're going to try, what you want to do with this is create a rectangle out of it.
Okay.
So what we'll do is we'll just let that fly right down there, and we'll take this piece. It's too thick there. We're going to lay that right over to this side.
All right, look at
now
that.
you have to kind of look at where the skin is, and what you want to do is roll from the into the skin side, so that will wrap it together. So we're going to take some of the sage that we just exploded in our pan.
Okay.
And so we don't want any cross-contamination. So yeah, you can lay them right through the middle, because I'm going to roll it this way. So perfect. Excellent.
You want more?
Nope, that's good. We're going to get those in there.
Okay.
That's a good enough flavor. That's a nice color. And then we're going to take the prosciutto, which I can touch now because it's going in the middle.
Oops.
We're going to lay that across. Thank you.
In Germany, we call this rohe Schinken.
Relish Schinken?
That's
Is that about right?
Yeah, you got that right.
Okay, we're going to that there. I want to get it all kind of on the inside.
Okay.
There we go. All right.
And we're doing the cheese also?
You have to throw the cheese on top.
Wow.
We'll keep it more towards the middle.
Are you going to cut those and put them in half, so you're going to put them like that?
No, because it's going to get rolled.
Okay.
Perfect.
How's that?
Yep. Okay. All right, now we're going to take the meat end here, and we're going to roll it. Now this has been brined, so I don't bother putting any salt, but why don't you throw a little pepper in there?
Okay.
We should have some cracked pepper. That'll be a nice addition.
All right.
All right. Now you just roll it the best you can. Keep that skin out of there. All right.
Wow.
And try to roll that over.
What are you doing with this now?
I'm going to take that and tuck it.
Okay.
So when we get it this way.
Very good.
All right, now we start with our string. Okay, so you start with the string, slide right underneath, and what you do is you put a slip knot to start it.
You showed me that once before, you know.
Yeah, with the pork.
I haven't, yeah, with the pork roast, but I have not tried it yet, but I would somehow love that plate, that thing.
Now you tuck that underneath so we
Okay.
can come back the other way. Now all you have to do here
Go underneath
is,
it?
yeah, take it underneath the bird, underneath this again, pull it down the middle. I probably have a little too much string here.
Yeah, it looks like it.
That's why the chef's coat actually comes in handy sometimes. Now you might try to keep it all in there.
Keep it in there.
All right.
Well, when I have that, I have to call you. You have to come and do it for me.
No, you're gonna learn
I
right
can
now. And the next time I go to your dinner party, you're gonna have it for me.
Okay.
That's what this show's all about,
Is it?
everybody.
Oh, okay.
You know, I teach you once, and then I come to your house.
Yeah.
The big advantage for a chef is not having to cook, right?
I guess so, yeah.
People are always afraid to cook for me, and I'm like, well, why?
No,
I don't have to
you know
cook.
why? Because they're afraid, oh, did it taste okay? You know, you're always afraid to, did I do good?
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, cooking is an experiment, and you have to have fun with it. You have to
Yes,
get more
you do.
people involved.
You have to enjoy it, yes.
All right, so I'm flipping that over, you see, and we're going to come up the other side just to give it a little more support.
Slip it through there.
I'm working kind of slow because I'm talking, sorry.
Okay.
We go right up the back here.
You can't talk and work.
I can, but I can't text and fly like you did in the last episode.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Okay.
Okay, now we're going to get it out of the oven. That's hot, to have it nice and hot, yeah?
We have a little olive oil in there
Okay.
heating up. We're going to lay this skin down,
How about
toss it in the olive
How about
oil.
a little bit of
See,
black
chef's
pepper?
hands, that didn't burn too bad.
No. How's this?
It looks nice.
Okay.
All right, and in the oven. We have the oven at 200, or actually it's up at 375 now for about 15 minutes, get a little brown, and then we're going to turn it down to 250.
How long?
Shouldn't take more than an hour and 20 minutes.
Okay, very good.
Clarence Del Cake is now open in Sharon, PA. Our elegant wedding cakes, creative novelty cakes, and our delectable cupcakes are now available at 2 locations. Discover Clarence Del Cake in Boardman and now open in downtown Sharon.
Hi, it's Kevin. Christy's on maternity leave, and I'm here with my good friend Sarah. And she was gracious enough to host us here. And she's going to give us some tips on how to set a table for the holidays, because it's something that I always forget how to do, and it's confusing to me. So, Sarah, if you'll show us, I'd appreciate it.
Okay, Kevin. There's lots of ways of doing it, but there's a few fixed rules. The main one being the plate goes in the middle. That's easy. The other fixed rule is the dinner fork always goes to the left of the plate, and the knife always goes blade facing inside to the right of the plate with the spoons on the outside of the knife. It's always that way. You can move the napkin around to the top of the plate or above the plate or anywhere, fan it into a nice little shape if you want to. If you're having a salad course or appetizers, you add another little fork to the left of that dinner fork. And you always put your little bread plate up and to the left of your dinner plate with a little knife facing in again on top of it. You have an option of adding a couple of little pieces of cutlery to the top of the plate. For instance, if you're having a steak or something that needs a sharper blade, you could put the knife right above there. Dessert, you could put the dessert fork above. And here's a little shrimp fork in case you're having shrimp cocktail. Those all go right above.
Sarah, I've noticed that the blades on the bread plate, the knife on the bread plate, and the knife above the main plate face in. Can you tell us about the origins of why that is?
That comes from the Middle Ages. You didn't want to cause a fight by threatening your dinner partner with the blade facing out. And you don't want to do it now over the holidays with your mother-in-law at the other side of the table. So you keep your blades facing in as a sign of peace.
Okay. Now, we need to add in some glassware, right?
Yeah.
Can you show us what glasses you're going to bring in and tell us what the purpose is for each glass?
Alrighty.
Okay.
The biggest glass is the water glass, and that always goes on the outside, right up by the tip of the knife. For the next course, let's say you're going to have a red wine. This is a nice round stem glass, which is how red wine glasses should look, and that goes to the left inside. Now, if you're going to go all out and have a white wine, for instance, in the third course, you'll bring that in to the center of the plate. And if your last course is going to have an aperitif, like sambuca or something, you bring that in. So it all sort of arcs around the plate, starting with the water glass on the outside.
Okay, well, once again, I want to thank you for hosting us. And
You're welcome.
I want to thank you for showing us how to set a table for the holidays.
Thank you for having me, Kevin.
Thanks.
Okay, now we're going to make a relish, don't we?
One of Ron's favorite recipes,
Yes,
I think?
it's Ron, yeah, our producer. He says that's wonderful, let's do it. And it's real easy. We take cranberries. You want to start with the cranberries?
We've got 12 ounces of cranberries, just whole.
Okay, and then we use an orange. You know, my kids always like cranberries out of the can. They don't like the fresh ones, but...
Hey, it's part of,
know
you
how
can
that
have both,
goes.
right? I mean, you
Here.
can make everybody happy.
One cup.
1 cup of sugar.
Yeah. And then that's all you do. Isn't that amazing?
Now we pulse that in here.
Yes. Oh wait, one more.
There you
It's
go.
overboard.
There you go, that looks good.
That's it. Oh, Mitch, look at how beautiful that came
And
out.
quick, I like this recipe.
And you know what? And it's like the lemon rind. You leave the rind on there. You know, it's really something different.
It's colorful, it's beautiful
Yes,
for the
have a
holidays.
taste. And you can have it as an hors d'oeuvre, or you can put it on your turkey. Oh, here's to you.
Cheers.
Okay. Whoa, it's just good.
That's so refreshing. That's a
Yeah.
really nice recipe.
Excellent.
Way to go, Ron.
Good recipe.
The Mocha House is downtown Warren's favorite place for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Enjoy one of our classic breakfast offerings or a delicious sandwich or salad. Work or relax with our free Wi-Fi. And don't forget to try all of our homemade desserts, scones, muffins, and our famous New York-style cheesecakes. We also offer catering and can host your special event for up to 100 guests. We're open 7 days a week with dinner entrees and daily specials. Visit the Mocha House today.
Now and for the future, YSU Metro College, serving everyone's personal and professional needs.
If you're tired of seeing this every time you try to use the toaster with the microwave, it's time to call Tedco Electric. With over 25 years of commercial and residential experience, call Tedco for all of your electrical needs. Call 330-720-8587. Licensed, insured, and affordable, call Tedco Electric today.
Well, we're here with friends. Tiffany Vitucci is visiting us today, and with Thanksgiving, you've got to have friends and family.
Yes, we have guests. Isn't that nice?
Yeah.
I'm so happy to be here with you
Yes.
guys today. Ron, the producer of the show, and I went to high school together, so
Nice.
we kind of ran into you guys at the Oktoberfest, the Homeplate Oktoberfest,
Oktoberfest,
and he invited me on the show. I said,
How
okay,
nice.
let's do it. So,
Yeah.
So
we're
what are we
looking forward.
having?
well, I'm gonna make some cranberry apple stuffing today, which is a recipe of my grandmother's that I kind of changed a little bit. She used raisins, I used cranberries, so there you have it.
Okay,
Has she
so
tried your recipe?
Well, she's no longer with us, so.
Aw, but she's watching you.
She's watching
Yes,
me.
she is.
Yes,
So
and she
let's-
comes back to haunt me if I don't
Yes,
do
if
it
you
right.
don't
So
let's get started.
So there we go.
Okay.
So we have the usual things you would normally put in a stuffing or a dressing. I have about 8 cups of bread that I've toasted in the oven, about 300 degrees, about 20 minutes. I have cornbread, I have a cranberry bread, and a challah bread, which is an egg bread.
Okay.
So that's all ready to go, and it's already
How
taken
much
care
bread
of.
do you have?
About 8 cups, roughly. We can get those moving.
Is this about what you like?
That's perfect.
Boy, 6 hands, they're gonna go really
Yeah,
fast with
seriously.
this recipe, I tell you. Wow.
Well, this is actually a very quick recipe anyway. You know, I
So
think
if you prepare everything before, then just go boom, 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 and you have it done.
pretty much.
Yes.
Pretty much. Not too much to it.
Okay.
I'm gonna add just a little bit of salt while this is cooking. And then as soon as Mitch is done with all the apples, we can throw those in. I like to start these anyway without the apples, just a little bit to
And
get
they
them
do
moving.
need a little bit longer, don't they?
Yeah,
I mean,
just
the
a little
onions,
bit.
yeah.
Not too long. I use Gala apples
that's
because I think they cook well.
Yes.
And they stand up real well in the recipe.
Yeah,
because you're going to put this in the oven too for a little while, so you kind of want something that's going to hold its shape a little bit.
Yes. Look at how nice that looks.
That looks great.
Excellent.
All right. Thank you. At home, I have to lift that thing by myself.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
All right.
There we go.
Okay.
So I just kind of mix this up a little bit to get it all going.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to add my cranberry juice, which is from my dried cranberries when I soaked them. Throw that in. And this is kind of more or less to taste. Some people like their dressing or stuffing a little bit wetter, some like it a little drier. So I start out with about 2 cups of chicken broth.
Chicken broth.
Now this is an important thing that you might want to keep in mind. I like to taste it before I add eggs.
Oh, okay.
To see where my seasoning's
That's a good
at.
tip.
Yes, yes.
So,
A lot of people are afraid of salmonella
yeah,
and so forth.
I mean, I know we have everyone out there that eats the cookie dough and doesn't want anybody to know, but, you know, I like to be safe. And then we're going to cover it with foil.
And the oven's at 350?
375?
375?
And I would say about 20 minutes covered.
Okay.
And then we're going to take the cover off and put it back in for another 20 minutes until it's golden brown.
Oh, then it gets a little crusty on the top.
Join us next week for more recipes and great holiday ideas. Happy Thanksgiving!